Oftentimes when we're in debt, we're really focused on that outstanding balance and how quickly we can move the needle to get it paid down, especially when we're talking about high interest credit card debt. But instead of paying attention to the debt, we have to be paying attention to the spending. I'm a spender, and if you're anything like me, it can get a little out of control really quickly. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing exactly how you can still spend money without going into debt. Hey guys, welcome back to the Debt-Free Millennials channel. I'm your host, Justine, and here we talk about all the ways to help you achieve financial confidence, crush debt that leads to more fun and fewer payments. If you are interested in achieving that debt-free lifestyle, go ahead and click the red subscribe button so you never miss another video from me. And today we're talking about spending. I love spending money, and there's really two different camps that I think about when it comes to your spending. There is reactive spending and intentional spending. So let's break down what those concepts mean. Reactive spending is where you quickly make a purchase right after you consume social media, watching TV, or even talking to a friend or family member, where it gives you an idea, plants a seed about a specific product or experience where you want to spend money on. Things like the air fryer or a video game or going on a cruise or flying to Nashville for the weekend. Very specific things that after you're consuming maybe an Instagram reel or a YouTube video about this type of stuff and you want to spend money on it without really thinking much about it. It's the lack of thought that actually creates more of this impulsivity and habit spending that gets us into these scenarios of really high debt. Now, intentional spending comes from spending on the things that you absolutely love and eliminating the rest. And let me share a story with you to highlight what this means about intentional spending. So long ago, several years ago, let's talk like a decade, I was watching the Food Network, and I love watching Barefoot Contessa with Ina Garten. She's like my spirit animal. I want to be her someday. She's just delightful and lovely, and the best stress-free way to just calm yourself is putting on that show. So inside of her show, she's got a cooking show where she talks about utilizing really nice quality kitchen materials and ingredients in your cooking. And she always showcased this set of stainless steel measuring cups. And I thought they were so beautiful. I was like, those measuring cups are so great. Like it just fuels me. I love to cook and bake in the kitchen, and I could really utilize those measuring cups and just feel like a sense of purpose in the kitchen and really value that. And I had been using a set of hand-me-down plastic measuring cups where the labels had been like completely washed off, and I just wasn't crazy about them. And you're thinking like measuring cups are measuring cups. And let me tell you, if you're anything like me and you like to cook and bake, it really does come down to what you're utilizing in the kitchen. And so I finally figured out they were Williams-Sonoma brand. And if you know anything about Williams-Sonoma, it's expensive. So I went to the store and I found the exact one. They were the heavy bottomed stainless steel measuring cups, really flat tops, just clean. Oh, they were like perfect. And I ended up purchasing them with tax. It was $38. And you're like, $38 for a set of measuring cups. And the thing that I know about these measuring cups is every time that I get them out, I'm excited to bake. I'm thinking of Ina, and it really just fills me with pride. Like I'm proud of these measuring cups because it really fuels my values of cooking really fun foods and doing that for me and my loved ones. That's intentional spending. Where it would be reactive spending is if I saw the latest kitchen gadget being highlighted on a YouTube video and thinking, oh cool, sure, I'll add that to cart, and not really thinking much about it. Is it something in the long run that you can use over and over again? And that's where you get yourself back to a place of intent and really asking yourself, do I love this item? Am I willing to take up space in my home for this item? And if it's experiential, think about things like, am I afraid of missing out? Will this experience be here next year? Those are really important questions for you to ask before you go in and get into that place of reactive spending. Now, in addition to asking yourself the right questions and really valuing the intentional spending, a really great exercise that you can do is a spending audit. So inside of my How to Control Your Spending workbook, I have these worksheets available for you to do a spending audit. And basically what you're going to do in a spending audit is look at your spending history from the last 3 months for a specific category. You can do this for shopping, you can do this for restaurants, any kind of discretionary spending that you might be doing after bills and your rent or mortgage has been paid. So I thought it would be really interesting to do this for my shopping category specifically. So shopping for me includes things like Amazon, CVS, Target, any kind of retail shopping that I might be doing, and figure out exactly whether or not I'm doing it intentionally or reactively. So let's hop over to my kitchen table and fill this out. Okay, so for this particular spending audit, I'm going to be looking at July, August, and September, and I'm specifically going to be looking at shopping. And we're going to be doing this for July. Now, I'm opening up my budget because I've already tracked this inside of my budget, but if you were to do this on your own, you would be looking up any transactions that you made from your bank account or your credit card account and then listing it here. So I actually don't have the dates written down in my budget, but I do have the amounts and where I went. So I'm just gonna say like location. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill this out. Okay, once you have everything filled out, then you'll just add up how much you spent in total for the month. So since I already have this in my budget, I can see it was $214.55. So overall, I did a lot of Amazon purchases here, and some of these I know, like Ulta, obviously that was some makeup. PetSmart was supplies for our betta fish. CVS was, oh gosh, I have no idea. And the Madison Reed was the hair coloring subscription that I have, which is awesome, by the way. So next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up exactly what I purchased on Amazon by going through my order history and then kind of putting a check mark of, did I feel positive, negative, or neutral about all of those experiences? Okay, so I just kind of went through my Amazon orders and wrote down exactly what it was that I spent money on. So the things that I was feeling positive about included some bitters that we use for our old-fashioned drinks. It's a really great brand, so we love using that for our old-fashioned. And sippy cups that Quinn needed because she graduated from the little learner bottles, so I was really happy about that. The things that I was neutral on were I ordered her a Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians book, and it's like, I could have rented it from the library instead because she hasn't really gone through it like I thought she would. And then the water filter was something that we needed for the refrigerator, but it wasn't like making me feel really positive because water filters are somehow really stupid expensive. So that's a look at what I did for July in terms of shopping. And now I can really zero in on some of the stuff that makes me happier and delete some of the others. Also, PetSmart made me really happy because I got to spend on some live plants and some new things for my fish's tank. So that was really fun. Ulta, I'm kind of like, I feel neutral about Ulta, to be honest. So just okay. And I have no idea what I spent on CVS because I don't have the receipt with me. So that's another thing, is if you are looking at your spending audit and you don't even know what you spent money on at a specific retailer, this is where it's helpful to keep your receipts. And Madison Reed, definitely. I love using their hair color and I love coloring my hair at home. There's so much more freedom. It's way cheaper than getting it done at the salon, and I always love my results. So that's a look at July. Now let's go ahead and take a look for August. Okay, so this was my spending for August. I'm gonna write this up at the top. And the total ended up being $374.42. Okay, so it does take a little bit of time to go through this, but trust me, this exercise is so important to do because it's going to help you zero in on the positive spending and really cut out the rest. So what I'm gonna do again is look up what I purchased on Amazon and then what I purchased at Target. And because I am one of the Target Circle members, I can actually view my history really easily. And I can already tell you this USPS click and ship label was a gift for my cousin as I was like shipping her old clothes of Quinn's to her new baby. So I was really happy about this. I love doing that kind of stuff for like new moms and new babies and just passing off, you know, old clothes. So I almost feel like maybe this should have gone to gifts instead. And Barnes & Noble were puzzles for me and Kyle, and then a puzzle for Quinn. So I was really happy about that as well. So let's take a look at what happened on Amazon, because there's a huge purchase for $200, and I think I know what it is. Okay, so I looked at Amazon, and the big purchase here was because I purchased an air fryer finally, and I have got to tell you, I'm so happy about that purchase. I have been using it extensively for the last 2 months, and also included in the air fryer purchase, I purchased new tennis shoes for Quinn. We had to use a steering wheel cover because our old one was somehow peeling away, so I feel really good about those two purchases. Quinn wears these new shoes every day. So I'm really happy with that purchase. And then the chocolate bitters, we haven't really used as much. So I know Kyle was interested in making like espresso martinis. So we haven't really used the chocolate bitters as much. So I'm like, maybe that's okay. And then the Nespresso pods, we use all the time. I'm happy about this purchase because I really like the Nespresso pods, but to be honest with you, it is getting expensive. It's $37.50 to do those new orders, and we're probably averaging an order every other month with the amount of Nespresso pods that we're going through. So who knows? I'm feeling kind of like I love my Nespresso. I just don't love how expensive it gets. Let's check the Target order because I see two different orders, one for $85 and one for $7. We'll see exactly what I ordered in August for this. Okay, so this actually should have gone to groceries because most of this was for food, and it looks like about $25 of it was actually on like shopping stuff. So it looks like I had bought some microfiber towels and some Play-Doh, like a little pizza oven playset Play-Doh for Quinn, which I'm super happy about. She uses that thing all the time, but a lot of this stuff actually could have been parsed out to my grocery budget. And then this was also part of groceries too, because I think I had to run back in. I forgot to pick up some meat. So there you have it. That's a look at August, and that was $374.42 for that month. And now I'll take a look at September. September is shaping up to be a big spending month because it looks like I spent $361.31, and I did a lot of purchases. And remember the story I was telling you about Williams-Sonoma? These are the measuring cups, so I feel really great about that. Hobby Lobby was more like craft supplies and Christmas supplies that we got for Quinn and for Christmas. So I feel good about that. I don't feel like ecstatic like I do with my Williams-Sonoma purchase. Okay, now let me take a look at exactly what these Amazon purchases are for. And again, CVS, I know one of these was kids vitamins, which I really wish that HSA would cover kids vitamins, but Quinn loves them and I love them. They're the Ollie kids vitamins. Ollie, please sponsor me. I'm obsessed with your vitamins. The sleep vitamins are so good. And I'm not entirely sure what the other CVS purchases were. I think this one was the Dashing Diva nails and lash extensions. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I love the Dashing Diva nails. Actually, I'm wearing them right now. So let's take a look at the Amazon stuff. This always gets me. Okay, so of the Amazon purchases, I see the things that I was buying, and some of the things I'm like the tongs that I bought specifically for the air fryer. I'm really glad that I got those, but I'm also not a fan of this particular set. They needed to be silicone, which I love, but they're actually kind of hard to grip and to use, if that makes sense. The sleep sack we absolutely needed. Quinn uses that. The grease splatter screen we used for our bacon for a cast iron, so I'm happy with that. That's definitely being used. And then I purchased a game for Kyle and I, straw brushes, Epsom salt. The outlet splitter I could have gone without. The vitamins, yes, definitely. And the Water Wow game activity set was awesome for Quinn. So I would say for the Amazon purchases, I'm feeling kind of 50-50 about it. And then again, like, I'm not sure what this CVS was. The Madison Reed I'm always a fan of. The Scholastic book we could have done without. She maybe has looked at it 3 times. Marshall's, I got hairspray that I haven't used yet, so I guess I couldn't, I could have done without this purchase or delayed that purchase. So overall, it's kind of interesting because in the moment you're feeling like, okay, I'm going to be spending, I want to do this. This is going to fill me with joy. And now as I'm looking back at September, there were a few really awesome purchases, but really I feel kind of 50-50 about my spending for September. So if I was to add up the totals between July, August, and September, let's see exactly how much I was spending. Oh my. Okay, so in total, it was $950.28 across 3 months, which means my average was $316.76. And this is the average that you want to be basing your budget off of. So the next time that I go to budget for my shopping category, I know that on average I'm spending $316. If that doesn't feel good to me, I can simply lower this to something reasonable like $275. If I felt like I was being restricted or I want to increase it because I know there's going to be birthdays or holidays coming up, then I can increase this to a realistic amount. Maybe it's $400, maybe it's $450. Whatever it looks like for you, make sure that it is reflective of intentionally shopping. You can see, even though I preach this, there are obviously times where I've not been intentional, and there are times where I felt neutral and not so good about. So these are some of the things that you have to consider, especially when you're talking about your spending, doing it intentionally, and also having it reflect your financial goals. So that was a look at a spending audit that I did specifically for my shopping category. You can do this for any type of discretionary spending category that you might have reflective in your budget. And don't forget, you can pick up the spending audit worksheet and more. 55 pages of exercises and activities to help you rein in the control of your spending in my How to Control Your Spending workbook, which is linked below in the description box for you to check out. I hope this exercise was helpful in getting you to think reactive spending versus intentional spending. Which camp are you in currently? Let me know in the comments, and let me know, I would love to know. Here's my question for the video is, what is one area or one item or experience that you intentionally spent on that you absolutely love? Money well spent. Let me know in the comments. If you liked this one, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one.